Hello everyone, welcome to NewGen Education App. Thanks for signing up in NewGen Education App. Here is a very quick video on how to set up your institute once you're done with the sign up process. So let's get into the video. So after successful completion of the sign up process, the person who signed up can log into the application using the link given below and the login credentials they have entered during the sign up process. So now let's move into the application. So now moving to the application, these are the login credentials. Click on sign in to log into the application. This is what the application looks like. Here you can view the name of your institute and the logo here. In order to set up your institute in NewGen Education App, the first step is the subject configuration, which means that you can configure various subjects required for your institute here. In order to configure various subjects, go to the menu, click on Configurations, click on Institute General Configuration, and then click on Subjects. Here you can configure various subjects which has been taught or which is to be taught in the institute. Just click on Add Subject button. A pop-up screen appears wherein you need to fill the subject details, like the subject ID. Now, for example, I need to enter the subject English. Enter the subject name. If you want, you can even enter the subject name in your local language and then click on Submit. So the same way you can add multiple subjects. After the subject configuration, the step 2 is to create various profiles for the staff of your institute. In order to create various staff profiles, go to the menu, click on Configurations, click on Staff Profiles. So here you can see one profile created, which is the admin profile. Click on New to create the staff profile. A pop-up screen appears wherein you need to fill all the necessary details about the staff. So here you can upload the profile photo for the staff. Enter the staff name. For example, I'm entering it as Rosie. Select the role of the staff, whether they are management or admin or teacher or other staff. And then click on Continue. Here you can enter the qualification details about the staff. So there's one point to be noted that the fields without the star near the field name are optional fields that if you want to enter, you can enter it here. So if you want to enter qualification details, you can enter it here. The same thing, if you want to enter the date of birth, you can enter it here. And then you can select the gender if you want. Click on Continue. In case if you need to enter the address line, you can enter the address and then click on Continue. In order to add family details, click on Add Family Info button here and enter the family details of the staff. Click on Submit and then click on Continue. Enter the contact number of the staff. Enter the email ID of the staff here so that the login credentials will be sent to the email ID entered here. So based on the login credentials sent, the staff can log into the application easily. And then click on Continue. If you want to enter any message about the creation, you can enter it here. This is completely optional. And then click on Submit. And your staff profile has been created successfully. As I said earlier, the staff can view their mails and see the login credentials, wherein they can see the user ID, which is gonna be their own email ID which they have entered, and the password. So they can copy the password, go to the application, enter the mail ID, and then they can paste the password here and then click on Sign In. So in order to change the password of the profile, click on this button, click on change password, and they can change the password here. And the password has been changed, so they can log in again. If the staff faces any trouble receiving the login credentials via the mail, the admin can resolve it. So the admin can give them the login credentials from the application. So admin needs to click on user management and then click on profile. So here you can see various profiles which is created automatically once when you create staff and student profile from the screen. So now, for example, if I need the login credentials of this particular staff, I just can click on the quick actions icon here and then click on edit. So here, this is the email ID of the staff. I can just reset the password. So admin needs to reset the password here and then click on save changes. And now this has been edited successfully, and the username and the password can be given to the staff so that using that they can log in. Next, coming to the step 3 is to configure an academic year, which means that when your institute commences and ends. In order to configure an academic year, go to the menu, click on configurations, click on academic year. So here you can configure the academic year by clicking on create academic year configuration button at the bottom. A pop-up screen appears wherein you need to fill all the necessary details. Now select the academic year. So I'm selecting it as 2022. Enter the start date when your institute is going to begin, and then enter the end date when your institute is going to end for this particular academic year. And then click on continue. If you want to enter any message about the creation, you can enter it here. This is completely optional. And then click on submit. And your academic year has been configured successfully. So now moving to the step 4 is to create or configure various classes or batches required for your institute. In order to create or configure various classes or batches required for your institute, go to the menu, click on configurations, scroll down, click on class. So here you can configure or create various classes by clicking on this create class button at the bottom. A pop-up screen appears wherein you need to fill all the necessary details. Enter the class code. Now, for example, if I'm going to create a class for 6th Standard A section, I'll enter the class code as and then enter the class description . Here you can select the teacher name who is in charge for the class. Enter the year, group or standard here. Next, enter any section, department or major here. Here you can select the attendance type either as period-wise, day-wise or noon-wise. Period-wise means that attendance can be taken for each period. Day-wise means that attendance can be taken once in a day. And noon-wise means that attendance can be taken once in the forenoon and once in the afternoon. So I'm selecting as period-wise. And then click on continue. So here you can add new periods by clicking on add new period button. A pop-up screen appears wherein you can fill all the period details. For example, period number 1. Choose the start time and end time of the period. So the period starts at 10 a.m. till 11 a.m. And then select the noon, either the period is in forenoon or is in the afternoon, and then click on Submit. You can repeat the same steps to add various periods. Make sure that the period timings doesn't overlap. And then click on Continue. If you want to enter any message about the creation, you can enter it here. This is completely optional. And then click on Submit. And your new class has been configured successfully. After creating various classes or batches, the next step is the student's enrollment. So here you can create various student profiles and enroll those students in a particular class. Rather than a single person doing all this work, various staffs can log into their application and enroll the students in the classes they are in charge of. So this is the staff login. Let's see how staff can create various student profiles and enroll the students in a class. To do that, go to the menu, click on Configurations, click on Student Profiles. In order to create various student profiles, click on Student Profile button. A pop-up screen appears wherein you need to fill all the necessary details about the student here. You can upload the profile photo of the student here, enter the name of the student, enter the date of birth of the student, select the gender, enter the email ID and contact number in case if you need access for the student to the application. Then click on Continue. In order to add the family information, click on Add Family Details button. Enter the family details here. Enter the name, select the relationship, enter the email ID, enter the contact number. Select the preferred notification language, whether it's in English or local language. Select whether the parent notification and access to the app is required or not. And then click on Submit button. Here you can enter the address of the student if you want. So note one thing, the fields without the star near the field name are known as optional fields. So if you want to enter, you can enter it. So the same way, all these fields are optional. If you want to enter, you can enter the blood group. And then click on Continue. If you want to enter any message about the creation, you can enter it here. This is completely optional. And then click on Submit. And your student profile has been created successfully. So this is how you can create various student profiles. And then to enroll these students to a particular class, go to the menu, click on Configurations, and click on Student Register. Here you can enroll the students in their respective classes. To do that, click on Create Student Register button. A pop-up screen appears wherein you need to fill all the necessary details. Select the class. Enter the start date and end date of that particular class. And then click on Continue. In order to add students to this particular class, click on Add a Student button at the right corner of the screen. And then select the student name, click on Submit. So the step can be repeated to add multiple students. After adding the students to the respective class, click on Continue. If you want to enter any remarks about the creation, you can enter it here. This is completely optional. Click on Submit. A new student register has been created successfully. After enrolling the students, the next step is scheduling. So coming to the admin login, here you can maintain the institute calendar. Institute calendar means that you can maintain the working and non-working days of your institute. To do that, go to the menu, click on Configurations, click on Institute Calendar, and then click on Institute Calendar button. A pop-up screen appears wherein you need to fill all the necessary details. Select the month, for example February, and the year 2022. I want to maintain a calendar. Next, you can select whether you need the holiday for all the classes in the institute or for a particular class. If you need holiday for all classes, select this radio button. If you need holiday for a specific class, then you need to select this radio button and select the specific class. And then click on Continue. So here, by default, Monday to Friday has been marked as working days and Saturday and Sunday has been marked as holidays. So you can just toggle the values. Now, for example, I need Friday, the date for is holiday. So there is one more half day. So the yellow one indicates that the leave is in the forenoon, and the purple one indicates that the leave is in the afternoon. Then click on Continue. If you want to enter any message about the creation, you can enter it here. This is completely optional. And then click on Submit, and your institute calendar has been configured successfully. You can schedule a timetable for a particular class by clicking on Configurations and Timetable. So to create a timetable, click on Create Timetable button. Select the class for which the timetable is to be created, and then click on Continue. So here you will get the period which have been configured during the class. You just need to enter the teacher name and map the subject. So for period 1, the teacher is Levi, who is going to take the subject science. The same thing for period 2, the teacher is Rosie, who is going to take the subject English. So the same thing can be entered for the rest of the days. And then click on Continue. If you want to enter any message about the creation, you can enter it here. This is completely optional. And then click on Submit, and your new timetable has been created successfully. And now your institute is ready for its daily transactions. You can perform your day-to-day activities easily. Apart from this, we have other features like classroom activities like attendance, online class, lesson notes, learning management, fee management, assessments, other miscellaneous features, parent notifications, analytical reporting tool, and much more. We have attached a help video for each of these features. Do watch these videos to know further. Thank you.